Hey there, Libra. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. We're going to do a reading for you today for the week of December 29th, 2025 to January 4th, 2026. Five of Swords wants to jump out. Keep in mind this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. As always, feel free to delegate the energies where you see fit. If I say it's you who I'm talking about, I could be talking about somebody with whom you are dealing, and vice versa. Same goes to you, cross-watcher. All right, so the Five of Swords wanted to jump out. That indicates somebody maybe maybe being bitter, upset, angry, maybe wanting to win at all costs. We'll find out if this comes out in your reading. Let's cut this deck in 3, 2, 3. So mote it be. Let's get started. Protagonist, antagonist energy. We've got the Strength. That is major for Leo. In the focus, we've got the Page of Swords. Okay. Interesting. In the hidden position, we've got the King of Cups in reverse. Just a second. Just want to make sure that the camera's getting everything in the shot. In the past, we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, Moon in Aquarius. And the future position, we've got the Hierophant major for Taurus. All right. The overall energy of your reading, Libra, is the Two of Wands, and it is influenced by the Four of Cups in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, and the Temperance in reverse. Somebody's embarking on a new beginning, maybe moving in a new direction here, leaving something behind. It looks like whoever this is, it could be you or somebody who you're dealing with. So we're going to have to find out what's going on and revisit this again at the end of the reading. But it looks like there's this energy of somebody feeling like they're isolated, alone, maybe even feeling a little bit victimized here. And I'm seeing a lot of anger, upset, maybe even feeling like going stir crazy a little bit. So we're going to find out what is going on. It looks like there's this energy, though, of wanting to embark on a new journey and leaving whatever this is that's causing this kind of distress. And I'm going to see it as being in your life behind. Okay. So right now, we've got this Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords indicates trying to get away with something, usually without somebody knowing, or just strategy. So what is this Seven of Swords? Sneaky energy, usually. Seven of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Cups in reverse, which is already in the unseen position. The Five of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. I'm seeing here, Libra, that in the past, there's this energy of somebody wearing kind of a mask. I'm almost getting like this energy of you feeling like you had been hoodwinked in some way. That somebody that you had been connecting to was completely different than what they had originally made themselves out to be. Once you had gotten to know them, you had come to a realization of this. And it may be causing you to feel like there's something about it that's driving you a little bit off balance, is what I'm seeing. Now, what you had discovered is that whoever this is showing up as having, I'm getting that there's an emotional unavailability. completely emotionally unavailable. So this is somebody who probably doesn't spend a heck of a lot of time with you. When I saw that Hermit in reverse, I was reading it as isolation. I don't always read it that way. It depends on the surrounding energies, but almost feeling like you're alone, even though you're supposed to be connected to somebody. And we do see the Hierophant here, so we're going to end up having to clarify that at some point. But I'm seeing an energy of whoever this is being somebody who is not emotionally available. I'm seeing a value system difference, so it's hard for the two of you to truly get on the same page as each other on something because you just don't see eye to eye on the same things. And it looks like there may be some sort of financial issues as well within this connection. And so there's been this energy of having no choice but to surrender to something. You're having to surrender. And it looks like surrender to the idea that you may need to move into a new direction is what I'm seeing here. We do see the strength in the current energy, so we are going to clarify that. So how about we get a little bit more on what's going on here with Libra? Ooh, and this one wants to come out. We've got forgiveness. So that was kind of, with that Nine of Wands that I was seeing, is that even though you were coming to a new understanding as to what it was that you had been hoodwinked into believing, that, and maybe you had expressed this to the person who you were connected to, this person wanted to try and persevere through something. With that Nine of Wands, I'm getting that there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of agony, there's been a lot of difficulties here. There may have even been sometimes an actual trauma. This is an actual, it actually hurts, it destroys your brain is what it does. So there may have been an actual trauma that had been incurred as a result of you feeling like you had been lied to here. But it's looking like they wanted forgiveness, maybe for the fact that they had been distant, but I don't know that the distance has really stopped. I'm seeing that there's been a very strong emotional distance here. And I also see that there's an attachment here with the Gossip card to reputation. So maybe there could be a possibility that this person has shown their true colors with regard to their gossiping, or maybe they were concerned that you were going to say something to somebody about what it was that you've been going through. There's something that's connected to gossip here that's kind of tethering the two of you together. So it's probably a reputation thing. A fear of bad reputation is what I'm seeing here. Can we get a little bit more? So somebody's afraid that the other is going to gossip. That's part of, there's something here that somebody doesn't want to get out into the open here. There's whatever this is distracting you. I don't read this. This card says, I know I was a distraction from your pain. I don't see it that way though. But based on how I just look at the deeper meaning of what's coming out in the card. I look more at the adjectives and the verbs, nouns, and figure out how that fits in. There's this, whoever this is distracting you from moving into a new direction is what it looks like. Whoever this is may be constantly reminded, that could be what the gossip is too. They may be reminding you of something. They may be comparing you to other people. I'm only saying that because I've seen this card come out in instances where that is what is actually going on. So if this person is comparing you to an ex, for instance, or just to anyone, it could be that this person is constantly reminding you of the fact that nobody else sees them the way you see them. The reason why is because nobody else is in your position. I'm just going to let you know that is a very common gaslighting tactic that a partner will use against their partner, especially if they are caught up in a position where the partner that is a little bit more stuck behind closed doors, and that is a real thing. A partner who gets kind of isolated and stuck behind closed doors because their whole occupation is rooted around taking care of a relationship and a family. That is a common gaslighting tactic that will be used against that partner. So now we've got the Strength. Why is the Strength here for Libra? Why is the Strength here? We've got the Six of Swords in reverse. So the Strength, trying to find the strength to return to something here. Knowing that there's no emotional availability. It makes you feel empty, okay? Feeling like things are stuck, like there's literally no movement. Stagnancy. Stagnancy is what I'm seeing here. Trying to find the strength to go back to something that feels like it's stagnant. You're not getting any emotional availability here. It may be causing a certain total dissatisfaction with the Nine of Cups in reverse. You may be feeling like you're under tight control here with the Four of Pentacles. I am seeing an energy of also maybe feeling like restlessness with the Four of Swords in reverse. So what it's doing is that it's actually causing restlessness because of the fact that you're literally it's a natural this is the natural progression of things. If you are stuck in a situation where there's literally no movement, because we're meant to be growing, that's the point of this existence, and you're stuck in a situation where you're isolated and you're not getting any emotional availability, you're going to have a natural proclivity to wanting to do something else. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Two of Wands and then to that Four of Swords in reverse. I am seeing somebody here, a Libra here, who is starting to feel restless in a situation that is not moving. We do see the Two-Faced card trying to come out here. So I'm getting here again that you don't trust whoever this is. I'm getting that whoever this is came in, maybe it is showing up as backstabber energy. So that could be the gossip that's related to this. This is supposed to be your partner, right? For a lot of you, I mean, it may not be a partnership situation. It could be somebody else. But I am getting here that this is somebody who you're supposed to have they're supposed to have some level of loyalty to you. And I'm not getting that whoever this is giving you any emotional availability. And then they're also constantly reminding you of something by it looks like for a lot of you, it is a comparison thing. Comparing you to others. I'm just getting that whoever this is was not who you thought they were going to be when you did get yourself caught up in this connection. And now you're starting to have an epiphany about what it is that's been going on here. It is showing up that there is a soulmate connection here. This is showing up as a soulmate connection. Can we get more on this for Libra? I wish I could share my good news with you. This person is, whoever this is that you're connecting to, that they're comparing you to, they are starting, I'm just going to say, there's a curiosity here. Whoever this is has a curiosity about something else going on right now. You may already know about this, but I'm almost getting that whoever this is feels a kinship with somebody that they feel like they can't connect to because they're connected to you. Like they want to be able to connect with somebody. So it could be a friend that you don't approve of. I've seen that before, where somebody has like a best friend who has a very sordid past and the partner doesn't like the best friend, but the person still insists on wanting to hang out with them. That could be it, or it could be some sort of third party. So it looks like there is this energy of wanting to wait for something here, waiting for something. It's almost like, you know what I'm getting here, Libra, is that you might be connected with somebody right now who is deliberately setting a situation up so that you will be the one to want to leave. Like this is a really immature thing. I've seen this before. I don't think I've ever seen it in your readings. I feel like I've seen it in the Aquarius reads, actually, is where I feel like I've seen it before. where whoever this is deliberately making your life a certain way, like almost like a living hell type situation. And that's kind of what it looks like. You're living, like, it looks almost like depressing is what I'm seeing. And maybe even deliberately pushing your buttons in certain ways so that you will be the one to want to walk away from this. So why is the Page of Swords here? Why is the Page of Swords in the focus? Why is the Page of Swords in the focus? We've got the Fool. So somebody's curious about moving towards a new beginning, and we've got the Star. This could be you. There's this energy of, I am getting that there's, whoever this is, it looks like it's the person who you're dealing with. We've got the Six of Swords, there's the Six of Pentacles rather, and the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. So that is what's going on. Okay, so whoever this is trying to connect with there's something else going on here. They're curious about something else right now, and they really want to take this risk or leap of faith towards a new beginning. And it looks like whatever this new beginning is something that they feel very, very hopeful for. So it looks like things have been very difficult between you and whoever this is. And they are like deliberately setting a situation up so that you want to walk away from this or leave it first, so that they don't have to be the one to be at fault for an actual breakup. It's showing up that they're really, really in fear about something here with the Nine of Swords, anxious about having it, like, even if they're not actually connected to something else right now, they have it very strongly at the forefront of their consciousness. But what I'm seeing here is that whoever this is not easy to get along with. So I'm just letting you know, Libra, that it's not you. It's showing up very strongly here that this is not you. This person is showing up as not easy to get along with. The Three of Cups in reverse to the King of Wands in reverse is an insufferable energy. This is somebody who's like, if this person is successfully gaslighting you into believing that you're the problem, I can assure you that Spirit is validating something that you're going through right now, and you may legitimately be going crazy. Like, I'm going to give you an example of a very toxic masculine, and when I say this, I'm not talking about men. I know as many feminine toxic masculines, female toxic masculines, as I do males. But a very common toxic masculine gaslighting tactic is to preface something with the words, "No offense, but," or "not to be unkind, but," and then they follow it up with something totally offensive or unkind. Okay? Now, your divine feminine is picking up on the fact that whoever this is actually trying to be offensive, but you're being gaslighted into believing that you're crazy if you have a problem with it. This is why divine feminine goes crazy. That's why I often see in my readings the High Priestess in the upright accompanied by the Temperance in reverse, which I did see the Temperance in reverse. I believe, was it not behind this Two of Wands? If not, I had already seen it because I remembered thinking, I did see the Hermit in reverse. We'll take a look at that again. But whoever this is showing up as somebody who's really not easy to get along with, and it looks like they have something at the forefront of their consciousness right now that they feel is going to take them out of this feeling of wanting, whatever it is that the two of you are going through right now that's been very difficult. This person feels like they know the solution that they need to go towards in order to heal from this. But I'm also getting here, so they're setting a situation up so that you're the one who wants to leave this situation before they do. But it's showing up that they're not easy to get along with, and it's also showing up that they might, for some of you, they might have actual fidelity issues. Even if they're not sleeping with somebody, if they're off emotionally seducing other people, to me, that's worse than sleeping with somebody, because they're not giving you they're not giving you, their partner, any emotion. They're not giving you any of that. But they're going to go off and emotionally seduce some random that they just met. And they might actually just be aware too, if you are picking, the reason, again, divine feminine picks up on things, it's called our intuition. If you start noticing that whoever this is showing signs that they're not the same type of person as they were, that you may have gotten to know them over the course of time, and then all of a sudden they're taking up new hobbies, things that they've never shown interest in before. All of a sudden they're starting to play tennis. They never had an interest in this before. They may have even said, they start doing yoga. Somebody who had actually said, I'm not into yoga, that's pansy stuff or something. And then all of a sudden they're doing yoga every day. Be aware that there's a reason why you're picking, and then you've got the gaslighter who's going to tell you you're crazy. No. That's evidence. You're picking up on evidence, Libra. All right, so there's something here over the course of time, something about time here, destiny. So there, it is showing up that it was destiny that in time, the two of you were going to have disagreements with each other. It's probably because of how this relationship had started, and it's not uncommon. We tend to be moving really quickly into relationships before truly getting to know people. I feel like this may have been an issue for a very, very, very long time, especially considering the fact I know I myself, growing up as a female, I was heavily conditioned into believing that it was my destiny to get married. And so that's what I was supposed to be living for, not realizing that every single man that I was ever going to be connected to was going to try and stifle my voice and make me feel smaller than him. I wouldn't be doing this on YouTube right now if I were with a man. There's no way that would have ever happened. Ever. No man is going to be able, no man that I've ever been connected to would have ever supported this. All right. Spiritual haters. You came closer than anyone. I'm not saying that all men are like that, by the way. I'm just saying that's been my experience. Like okay, so whoever this is, I'm just going to let you know, Libra, is somebody who's not easy to get along with, and they're not showing that side of themselves to most people. There's something here about them not wanting to be gossiped about. They don't want this getting out. We've got to keep it quiet. These are our family secrets. Behind closed doors is the only time you see this part of me. They're afraid. There's something about them being afraid. We did see the 9 of Swords show up here. They're afraid. So whoever this does have something else at the forefront of their consciousness that doesn't include you, and they want to move towards it, but they're too afraid to do that because they feel like they're tethered to this connection. And so it looks like they're setting something up here so that you are the one who ends it, so that can be off of their own conscience. It's not going to be on their conscience that this is going on. So now we've got this King of Cups in reverse, in which you do not see. Why is the King of Cups in reverse? What we don't see coming. We got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. There's something you're not, the reason why this is in the unseen position is because I feel like there's something here that you've been so heavily gaslighted into believing that you're literally not seeing something that might be right in front of your face. It's okay, I've been there. I'm not judging you. I'm just letting you know that this is what's going on. We've got the 3 of Wands in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Look at all these pages, 3 of them, and they're, oh my God, they're all, oh no, that's the King. 3 of them in reverse. The 8 of Wands. This is not an easy person to get along with. They're very child. They're showing up as not just childish. It's one thing to be a little childish, but it comes from a place of like genuine innocence. But when I'm saying childish, I'm talking about a child who you would be redirecting for their bad behavior. That's how this person is behaving, is what I'm seeing here. They are behaving like a child who needs to be redirected for their bad behavior. And it looks like it's specifically because of the fact that they're with the 7 of Swords. I'm getting that there is this energy of them they're trying to facilitate an end to this connection, but they're trying to make it so that you're the one who's doing it. Again, I've got this energy of time. Whoever this is, over the course of time, has been processing something about how quickly this relationship... So for a lot of you, you may have started out really fast, way faster than you should have. I'm just getting that whoever this is not who you thought they were at all. Can we get a little bit more on this? And they're showing up as taking on some really immature tactics to achieve their end goal. There's that gossip card. I just want you to know, Libra, that if when you connected with this person was gossiping about other people in order to bond with you, there may have been something that you should have been kind of like recognizing as being the part of who they are. Like this person is a certain... If this person was gossiping about an ex, for instance, this person is showing you who they are. Because chances are, if this person has an ex, that they may not have been as innocent in that relationship as they're obviously going to try and make themselves out to be. I'm getting a very childish energy. We see the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who doesn't take accountability. This person doesn't take any accountability. The Page of Swords in reverse, which we also see here, is somebody who spreads misinformation and malicious gossip. That's why that Page of Swords is in reverse. And then the Page of Wands in reverse is also somebody who is like... It's something like my petulant, oppositionally defiant brat. So this is somebody who... We did see the Five of Swords trying to jump out of the deck when I was doing your shuffle. There's this energy of always feeling like they need to be right about everything. And also an energy of when you want to try and engage in a conversation with them about something, they're going to look for every reason in the world to be oppositional to what you're talking about in order to create resistance between the two of you. It's a deliberate tactic in order to make it so that you don't want to be around them anymore. That's what I'm seeing. And we do see disagreements here. That's what's causing a lot of the problems here. And that's why that Three of Pentacles is showing up as being in reverse here. You guys can't get on the same page, and it doesn't look like this person showing up is extremely difficult to get along with. Extremely difficult. Just letting you know, this person is bringing this behavior over to the next relationship, and chances are that they were in this behavior in the relationship prior to you. So it's not you. It's not you. No matter how much this person is going to try and gaslight you into believing it is you. And I'm feeling like I'm connecting with a Libra here who may have been accepting that this was their fault. And Spirit's saying it's not. It's not your fault. It does look like whoever this is connects with people on the basis that the chemistry is very, very strong, and that may be what drew the two of you together. I was getting a very strong energy of something moving very quickly here. This person moves quickly and then gets into committed relationships right away. And then you're stuck with a petulant, oppositionally defiant brat. You and I were too young. I'm reading this as exactly what I was saying. Thank you, Spirit. This person's too young for you. This person is too young for you. And it's keeping you in... For some of you, you got to a place of maturity prior to meeting this person, where you either you stayed where you were, depending on how long this relationship had lasted, where you had become stunted in your growth, because it does look like there's a lack of movement here, or you may have actually experienced some level of regression. For some of you, you may have actually experienced some level of cognitive decline because you've been connected to somebody who's actually gaslighting you all the time into believing that you're the problem. And some of you are believing it. That's why the Temperance in reverse shows up. I feel you even though we are apart. This person is in limerence with something else right now. They're not moving on anything right now. They're waiting to move on something until this comes to an end. So when I say limerence, they're in a fantasy world. They're playing out an entire scenario that they really want in a fantasy world. But they're not actually moving. If they believe in their own crap enough, they'll actually start to believe that this fantasy world is real. In the future, we've got the Hierophant. Can we clarify the Hierophant here for Libra? We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. There's something about them not facing the truth. They're in denial. They don't know who they are. This person thinks they're a good person. There's the Four of Wands. There's that Hierophant. Whoever this is believes in marriage, but they don't know what they need to do in order to make that marital connection work. The Hierophant to the Four of Wands is absolutely a marriage usually. I can't imagine that it's not going to be that for most of you. There's something that's meant to be exposed here. With the Moon in reverse, there's the Empress in reverse, and the Seven of Cups. This person is gaslighting their partner. Whoever this is like, I've been seeing it the whole time. The Seven of Cups is like a gaslighting energy, especially if it's accompanied by the Magician in reverse. But whoever this is there's something that you're meant to be becoming aware of by releasing yourself from this person, moving in a new direction and leaving this behind. Because there's some sort of illusion you've been under. And once you release yourself from this illusion, you're going to understand something. And it's going to be, they're still in an illusion too, by the way. With regard to how they actually feel about marriage. But it looks like this person creates an energy that completely depletes their partner. They overtake is what I'm getting here, and they keep their partner in a state of confusion. Is what this jumps out of the deck. Let's see what we've got. We've got wisdom. There's something about you gaining wisdom. That's what I was already seeing here. There's some sort of illusion that's about to go away for you, but I'm almost getting that you're going to have to remove yourself from this energy for some time before something starts becoming clear. And the reason why that happens is because you're going to start to notice that your third dimensional reality is starting to change. You're not in the same state you were in. And you're going to start understanding, this one came out too, why it is that you've maybe been feeling some level of saltiness and anger and bitterness about something. Like I'm just getting here that you are totally validated here. This person is really good at making you believe that you're the problem. They're the problem. They're the problem. Just letting you know. And I try not to take sides. If it was showing up that you were the problem, Libra, I feel like I'd be honest with you, and then people would get angry. Because the querent never wants to believe they're the problem. Once you move into a new chapter. This is once you move, that's why that Two of Wands is there. You're meant to be moving into a new chapter. Whoever this is in a state, they're daydreaming about something. They may have had you in some sort of fantasy world as well. And that's how this started. The two of you there may be something here that you maybe look up limerence if that resonates with you at all. I know it was very helpful for me. I actually got into a marriage that was completely based on limerence. It's really, really embarrassing, but I'm not embarrassed by it anymore. I'm just, whatever, it is what it is. It was life experience, but I'm kind of getting that that's what's going on here. You're meant to be moving into a new chapter so that you get clear on something. Let's get the final message here on this last placement. You're going to let this person go, and something's going to come to light here for you. You're going to get out of this illusion because the timing, it looks like the two of you moved really quickly on something. And there's something here about taking something a little more slowly, getting to know somebody and knowing exactly what your value system is even if you have to start writing things down, knowing what it is that you want to have in a connection before moving forward. And sometimes the best way to do that is to truly recognize what it was that was going on here that you don't want to see repeated again in order to know what it is that you do want. So Libra, I am extending this reading. So this extended reading will be available to anybody who's a member of my channel. So you can access all of my extended readings if you are a member, or I will be posting the extended on Patreon. So the link for that will be in the description box below. But if this is indeed where we part, I really hope you got something from this reading. I feel like it was very revealing to whoever this is that it's going to resonate with. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.